Hello students, welcome back to the English class. In the previous video, we started with the poem The Plaint of the Camel. We read that the camel is complaining about several things for which he is unhappy, and he says that the humans treat him in an unfair way. He is not treated like other animals. In the first stanza, he complains about the food that is given to him and he compares himself with other animals. Right? He says that a camel can eat everything that suits him. There is no special food for him. Then in the second stanza, we read that the camel is complaining about the place where it sleeps. He says that the camel can sleep in an open area. He has no special place like other animals. In the second stanza also, he compares himself with cats, chickens, puppies and oysters. Right? Today we'll continue with the third stanza. In the third stanza, the camel is comparing himself with other animals and he is complaining about the home that is given to him. Right? So let us continue with the third stanza. The third stanza on page number 39, it says, lambs are enclosed where it is never exposed. Coops are constructed for hens. Kittens are treated to the houses well heated, and sheep are protected by pens. But a camel comes handy wherever it is sandy. Anywhere does for me. So the camel is saying, he's comparing himself with other animals and he's saying lambs. Lambs, children, you know, lamb is a young one of a sheep. He's saying that lambs are enclosed. Enclosed means they are kept. Write down. Enclosed means kept. So the lambs are kept where it is never exposed. They are kept at a place where they are never exposed. Exposed means they are not visible. So they are kept at a place which is safe for them and they are not visible. So they have a special home made for them. Who? Lambs. Then he says coops are constructed for hens. Now what is the meaning of coops? Coops means the home of hens. Coops means home of hens. So he is saying coops are constructed for hens. Constructed means made or built. So coops are built for hens. Kittens are treated to houses well heated. Now who is a kitten? Kitten is a young one of a cat. And where do kittens live? They live in a house. They live in the houses that are well heated, that keep them safe. Okay. So every animal that he is talking about has a special or a different house to live in. And sheep are protected by pens. Now children, pens means home of pigs. So he is saying that sheep can live in pens. Okay. But a camel comes handy wherever it is sandy. Now he's saying, what about the poor camel? He has no special place. He comes handy. Comes handy means he is suitable at any place wherever it is sandy. So the camel can take rest, or the camel can sit anywhere wherever it is sandy. He has no special place or no special home like other animals. Anywhere does for me. Now he says any and every place is suitable for me. Now children, you can notice that the word anywhere is also in bold. Why? Because it focuses on the sad feeling of the camel that he is not well treated by human beings. Right? So in the third stanza, he is complaining about the home that is given to him. He is comparing himself with other animals like lambs, hens, kittens, sheep, and he is saying that I, the camel, has no place to live in, no special place. I am a handy person and I can fit anywhere, wherever it is sandy. I hope this stanza is clear to you. Now moving on to fourth stanza. In the fourth stanza, the camel complains about the people riding on it. Okay, now let us read it. It says, people would laugh if you rode a giraffe or mounted the back of an ox. It's nobody's habit to ride on a rabbit or try to bestraddle a fox. But as for a camel, he's ridden by families. Any load does for me. So the poor camel is saying that, have you ever seen somebody riding on a giraffe? No, we never use giraffe for riding. If somebody rides on giraffe, people would laugh at that person. Okay. Or mounted the back of an ox. Mounted means climbed. Write down, children. Underline the word mounted. Mounted means climbed. So the camel is saying nobody ever rides on a giraffe, or no one has mounted on the back of an ox. Ox is also a kind of animal. Okay, so we never ride on these two animals, neither on the giraffe nor on the ox. It's nobody's habit to ride on a rabbit. Can you ever imagine the people riding on rabbit? No. Why? Because rabbit is a very small animal. So we cannot ride on a rabbit. So the camel is saying it's nobody's habit to take a ride on the rabbit. Or try to bestraddle a fox. Bestraddle meaning is given in the box, children, there itself. To ride with legs on either side of the animal. And he is also saying that nobody even rides on the fox. Bestraddle means to ride with one leg on one side and the other leg on the other. So he is saying, and no one even bestraddles the fox. But as for the camel, he is ridden by families. Now, a lot of amount of weight is heaped on the back of the camel, and he also carries load of families. He is ridden by families. Any load does for me. Camel is used as a means of transport also. People ride on its back. So he is saying any load does for me. A camel is made to carry any amount of load. Right? So he is saying no other animals are used for riding. Nobody rides on giraffe. Nobody sits on the back of an ox. Neither we use rabbit for riding, nor we use a fox for riding. But what about camel? A camel is loaded with heavy loads, and even it is used for families. It is used by families for riding. Any load does for me. Now, any load is also in capital letters. Why? Because again, it emphasizes on the way the humans treat the camel. It specifies the feeling of the camel. Okay. So, he is saying any load is suitable for me. I can carry any amount of load. I can even carry people. I can even carry families. But what about other animals? They never carry anybody. They never carry any load. Right? So why this injustice is done with me? Why only I am used for riding? Right? So the camel is very much upset about this. Okay. So in this stanza, he complains about the people riding on it. Okay. Now, moving over to the next stanza. In the last stanza, that is the fifth stanza, the camel is complaining about how it looks, about its features. He's comparing himself with other animals. Okay. The last stanza says, a snake is as round as a hole in the ground. Weasels are wavy and sleek. And no alligator could ever be straighter than lizards that live in a creek. But a camel's all lumpy and bumpy and humpy. Any shape does for me. So the camel is saying a snake is as round as a hole in the ground. A snake, in spite of so big, it can go inside a hole. So it can make its body according to the hole, according to the size of the hole, and it can go inside the hole. So it is as round as a hole in the ground. Weasels are wavy and sleek. Now children, weasels are kind of mammals. Okay, they are kind of mammals. They are wavy and sleek. Wavy means curvy. They have a curve shaped body. Write down. Weasels, a kind of mammal. Okay. And wavy means curvy, curved shape. Okay, wavy means curved shape. And sleek. Sleek means smooth and glossy. Sleek means smooth and glossy. So weasels are smooth and glossy. They shine, their bodies shine. Here is a picture of weasels. This is how a weasel looks like. You see, its body is sleek. Sleek means smooth and glossy, right? And it also has a curved shape body. Can you see the curve at the neck? So weasels are wavy and sleek. It has a specific shape. It's a kind of a mammal. Okay. So children, the camel is saying that snake, the shape of the snake is round as a hole, as it can, in spite of being so big, it can go inside the hole. The weasels are wavy and sleek. They have specific shape. They have some specific shape of their body. And no alligator could ever be straighter. Now what are alligator? What is an alligator? An alligator is a reptile like a crocodile. It looks like a crocodile. It could ever be straighter. Now it is even straighter than a lizard. Alright, so we are talking about the shapes of different animals. How do they look like? How is the appearance of their body? Okay, then lizards that live in a creek. Now creek means a narrow passage of water. Okay, you can write it down. Creek means a narrow passage of water. So the camel is saying all the animals have specific body shape. For example, weasels are curvy, weasels are sleek, and he says that snake is as round as a hole, and also alligator and lizards are straight in shape. Creek means a narrow passage of water. Write down a narrow passage of water. Okay. You can see in the picture that lizard is a straight animal that lives in a creek. Alright. And in the picture below is an alligator who is even straighter than a lizard. We are making comparison between the two. Lizard is straight and alligator is even straighter than the lizard. Right? Lizards live in creek. So the camel is saying both these reptiles have a specific shape. Alright. So we have talked about the shapes of different animals. Every animal has some specific shape. A snake is round, weasels are wavy and sleek, alligator and lizards are straight, but a camel is all lumpy. Now what is the meaning of lumpy? Lumpy means full of lumps. What do you mean by lumps now? Lumps means a solid piece of something that does not have any shape. Okay, so the camel's shape is lumpy. Okay, it does not have any proper shape. So he says a camel is all lumpy and bumpy and humpy. Now why it is called humpy? Because it has a hump on its back. So he's saying the camel is all lumpy, bumpy and humpy. Now bumpy means uneven. Okay, uneven or rough. Write down, bumpy means uneven or rough. Uneven or rough. So the camel says, unlike other animals, I am lumpy, bumpy and humpy. Okay, any shape does for me. I don't have any proper shape, right? Because I have a hump and my body is uneven. Have you seen the body of a camel? I'll show you. Wait. So this is how a camel looks like. Its body is not even. It is rough and full of lumps. And you can even see the hump of the camel in the picture. Okay, that is why he says that a camel is all lumpy, bumpy and humpy. and it does not have a proper shape like other animals he has compared himself to. So children, we see that in this stanza, the camel is comparing himself with other animals and he is complaining about its looks and features. He says that a snake is round, weasels are wavy and sleek, alligator and lizards are straight. But what about the camel? The camel is lumpy, bumpy and humpy. There is no specific shape. Any shape does for me. Now, any shape is also written in capitals. Why? Because it emphasizes on the sad feeling of the camel and the way the humans treat him. Alright, so I hope all the 5 stanzas are clear to you. In the first stanza, the camel complains about the food given to him. Okay, in the second stanza, he complains about the place it sleeps. In the third stanza, he complains about the house given to him. In the next stanza, he complains about what? He complains about the people riding on it. And in the last stanza, he complains about its looks and features. I hope children this is clear to you. Read the poem again, watch the video again, and if any confusion or if any doubt, if any concept is not clear, then you can always clarify and ask me whenever you wish to. So we end up with this class, children. We have completed with this beautiful poem written by Charles Edward Carroll, who is an American poet. I hope children it is clear to you. It was a humorous, a funny as well as a serious poem. Why funny? Because the way the camel is making complaints about different things. And why it is serious? Because it is indicating it is indicating at the nature of human beings that we are not considerate towards the animal who never complains. So the theme of the poem is serious also. Okay, so this is both humorous and a serious one. So that's all for today, children. See you all in the next class.